खुशियां हजार लाया, मन में तरंग लाया, खुशियां हजार लाया। लोगों को जिसने फाउंडर बनाया वो है कौन? Onpassive, 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 Onpassive। मन में तरंग लाया, खुशियां हजार लाया। लोगों को जिसने फाउंडर बनाया वो है कौन? Onpassive, 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 Onpassive। सॉल्यूशन लेके आया है कौन? Onpassive, 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 Onpassive। Woo! से आओगे खेले हम, ओ शॉप से आओ शॉपिंग करें हम। ओ नेट है सोशल मीडिया में छाया, मनी ट्रांजेक्शन को वैलेट भी आया। कंप्लीट डिजिटल सॉल्यूशन लेके आया है कौन? Onpassive, 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 Onpassive.
Stop going there.
Karma's a bitch.
Hello, everyone, and how are you all doing today? I hope that you're all having a fabulously amazing day. I know that my day is going well so far. I hope that doing this live stream where we're going to be reacting to the latest 360s, doesn't ruin my day, if you will. I hope it does not ruin my day. Hello, Agent Shilbot. Good to see you. Nay, nay, nay. Mark is here too. Good to see you. Joe is here, thankfully. Joe is here. He says the only thing you can buy at the O store is O bullshit. So there's that. Wes is here. Yes, that was a brand new song that was just released yesterday, and they are definitely wearing shades. You know, they're pretty cool. We have Chris here. Good to see you. Albs is here. Fantasia Foot Spray. Did I say hello to you yet, Chris? Chris is here. Louisiana, good to see you. Again, there is a link in my description for Louisiana Swamps store. Go and check it out. Joke Potier. Joke is here. Good to see you. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Ash wasn't there. Now, here's the thing. I thought I was having a fever dream because I seemed to have now I have to explain my day yesterday to you so that you kind of understand what happened. Yesterday I had a bunch of stuff that was going on in my house for like maintenance work. We had the city coming to check the water, and then we had our yearly spring bug spray that they do to everyone in our building every year in the spring. Plus, on top of that, my husband and I were going for brunch. So it was just like a busy day. So I was unable to get up early and then watch their webinar. But I was catching bits and pieces of it, and I thought that I saw Ash on there and that the webinar was going for like an hour long. And then when I went to go and download the video for it, okay, because I was just kind of like poking in and out of the stream. Like I said, I wasn't really able to sit here and watch it because I was like doing a bunch of stuff, getting the things ready for the spray while other people were in my house doing things at the same time, and the city was coming for the water. So the morning was just like crazy for me. All right. We had like 3 things going on. Plus I was getting ready to go out. You know, it was quite a busy morning. And then it was in the morning that this occurred. So I was like sort of watching it on my Twitter feed. Okay. And I swore I saw Ash on there. And I was like, oh, did Ash show up? He's supposed to show up today. That's interesting. And then once everything was done in my house and I got back home, like right when I had to go pick up my kid from school, luckily then we could enter the house again. And so basically I had to be out of my house by like 10:30, 11, get all this stuff done in the morning, go out. We went out, you know, we have to be out of the house for 4 hours. So we went out, did some shopping. We went for brunch because today is our 11 years of being together. So we usually do something to celebrate. So we were like, we'll just do it in the 4 hours that we have to leave the house the day before, because that all makes a lot of sense, right? Like, you know, because we're planning the whole week here. And you know, nothing's really going on today. And it was like, we're probably just going to want to rest. We have to be out anyway for 4 hours. So let's just celebrate a day early. So by the time I got back and went to go download it was only Red and Marty and Chris on there. And I was like, oh my God, what is happening? Did I have a fever dream during all of the crazy stuff that was going on in my house and me like trying to watch this on Twitter? Or did they like remove his section from it? Like, what is happening? But you guys say that they weren't on there. So maybe I just, you know, I was having a crazy morning, I guess. I know who else likes to poke in and out. Yes, I went out in a boot. Out in a boot. Redbeard's 11 years of insanity. That's too bad, Patrick. I can't help you with that. I've been married for going on 11 years. You hate the bug sprays. Yeah, no, it sucks. But here, living in a major city, in the city, right, it's a problem in this whole city. So one of the laws here, one of like the bylaws, is that every spring, because allegedly they're worse in the spring, they like come out in the spring. I don't fucking know. But in the springtime, they usually just spray the whole building. They've always done that. They always set up a spray for the spring. So at least then they can be like, we're doing something about it. You know, it's just one of the things of living in the city. We don't have any in here. Like, I don't see any, but it's like, we're still going to spray every single place in the spring because that's what happens when you live in apartments. You know, you just never know. I would rather them come and spray like once a year and then me never have to worry about it than ever like have them not spray and then have bugs show up here. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'd rather just be out of my house for a whole day once a year and then never have to worry about the problem. Right? Like that sounds like the better option for me. So they decided though to book everything within the same day. And we were kind of like, oh wow, we have so much going on the first. This is a little bit crazy, but whatever. I guess we'll just go with it. So, hello, good to see you. So we have some new members here. I just want to announce Wes was given a membership via Louisiana Swamp the other day. So thank you for that again, Louisiana. And today a membership was gifted to Kanani Miranda, Scam Chan, Taylor, Agent Shillbot, Queen of Christmas, and then this, I like this, Dixie Normus. Yep, put that together. SK Riffawat, Synthetic Mind, Hold My Coffee, and Ignatius Picklesworth the third. Yes, the third. Not the second or the first, okay? The third. We got to be very specific with that. I appreciate the troll names. I do. Good, Taylor. Yes, I like it when people that come often get the memberships. I was saying that to Louisiana, you know. I was like, well, at least it went to Wes. I would much prefer it to go to people that we recognize, if that makes sense. Ella Poppy says, hi, but you're on a plane to London traveling to get her fix of the baby grandkids. You know what? You go have fun with that. That's way more fun. Memberships, everyone! All right, so now that we've said our hellos and we've said our memberships, I have a few things that I would like to get through today. We are going to start with the Chris Marty Red webinar from yesterday. I also have their shorter webinar, Chris and Marty's shorter webinar from today. And I thought it would be fun, you know, since Ash wasn't on the webinar the other day, if we took a little time travel back a year, because I have a few minutes of Ash's stream from May 3rd of 2023. Okay. May 3rd of 2023. And I thought we would see what he was saying about Onpassive back then. We'll see if we can get through all of it today. Let's go!
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Onpassive 360. We are here again, another week down the tubes. Let me change the screen. There we go. We have over almost 3,500 people, growing fast. We're going to get started. Mr. Mufareh does have the link.
Now, this one was called recording. So they obviously did this very early in the morning, recorded it, and then re-released it a bit later. That's okay, Tiny Dinger Diapers. Hello, Auntie Scamantha. Good to see you.
Even the new link. I apologize, the wrong link was put back there, but it's been changed. So if you see anybody or they're asking you, the revised link.
They really do not like that he calls himself Next Level.
Is in there in the updates of Founder. To get started, let's go. One thing is we're still in the process of what Mr. Mufareh brought up.
Why does Red look so angry in this? He just looks so mad.
On the African webinar. They're probably moving in, and like we've all said, Red, myself, Chris, many leaders, is we fall in the process.
Back up. Good job, Red.
As we can. Nobody wants it faster than Mr. Mufareh. So obviously, we got a few more days to go, but I still believe by the middle of this month, it's going to be pretty crazy good. I really do. And it's been really quiet, so that means a lot's going on. And I'm glad to hear
That's
it.
weird.
We're in the best business in the planet.
It's quiet, so a lot is going on. Red has aged. I think they all kind of have.
As you know, or maybe if you've noticed, you should have.
Marty's gone gray.
Connect is probably getting better.
Right? Marty wasn't this gray-haired when I started covering it. If you go and you look at some of the first videos I did of him, he definitely had not a whole gray beard.
Every day. I use it every day. We use it at night. It's very clear. Everything's working very well. They are working on a few items, obviously. Some of the functions are going to be coming out daily, weekly, monthly. It's always going to be something added, something better, which is pretty cool.
Hi, Violet.
The African webinar was a big hit. Obviously, everybody had a good time and appreciate all the people that.
That's a good way to describe the song at the beginning. Bollywood style piece revolving around vampires wearing sunglasses to survive the day or something. I like it. This was the most boring 360 ever, Jelly.
Mufareh brought on the update from Mr. Tarek when it was in writing, and I got to really.
You have to admit, Marty chowing down on like a Nikocado avocado level of food would be prime content.
I see it. I went, whoa, this is pretty powerful. What their plans are and where they're going with Africa.
Wes, do you think we could get him to put the mayo in his hair though? You know, have him go like full Adrastia style.
I learned a lot about Africa. There's things I did not know. Did not know there was 54 countries there.
I would definitely watch an eat-off between Marty and Foodie Beauty. That would be the weirdest fucking crossover ever. But remember, it's me we're talking about. So it is not bizarre for me to have weird crossovers of people in Haterverse with other people that I never thought they would cross over with just to hate on me. So I don't know. It could happen.
So like going on over 1 billion people, fertile ground to go with AI. I believe their average age is like 19.
Yeah, he did like one video right around the time too of the Go Africa webinar that they were like all sharing around. So I think that's also added to that.
Very young group of people, people in Africa. I don't know the whole story on that, but very young.
You wouldn't want to smell
a lot of educated people looking for stuff to do, and AI is where we're going. Even told my grandkids the last.
I hope his wife has some real good Febreze for that chick.
Couple of days that before you jump off into college or do any extra education, think about where the world's going. Don't just jump in. I want to be a engineer or something. See what's there. See what's coming.
Okay, so Marty is basically telling his grandkids, instead of like just going with their passions and their interests and what maybe they're good at, they should look at what's coming in the future when it comes to technology. But what if his grandkids don't want to work in that industry? And they end up wanting to go to uni or college for something else. I mean, is he going to try to deter them from doing so? Because I don't believe that that's a good idea.
The world's changing, and we could be part of it. Anyway, I'm going to turn it over to Red right now, and we'll get rocking and rolling. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Thanks very much, Marty. Hello, Chris.
They've already all insinuated, Chris, that they're going to sign up all of Africa, the whole continent, to this thing.
To see you bright and breezy this morning. Look at that. Stetson on, sunglasses for full works. Woo! Okay, guys, welcome. Glad that you have made the time for us on this Onpassive 360. As Marty has said, an invite has gone out to our CEO. Maybe we'll see him, maybe we won't. But I am very sure that if he...
I'm so confused with, if he's not coming, why would you still do this at 6 a.m.? Just like in case he decides to show up? I feel like that's very unfair for Ash to do to these guys. Like, the reason why they were streaming right on Wednesdays at 6 a.m. was because Ash kind of implied that that would be the only way that he'd be able to show up every Wednesday. Right? And then he isn't really doing that. It didn't even last like a month. He's maybe showed up like 4 times in like 6 weeks, you know? So I'm kind of like, why would you then still wake up at 6 a.m.? Like, if he's not going to be there, okay, I'm sorry, but I would be like, okay, Ash, then in that case, like, we're going to probably go live at 10 a.m. then. Like, no offense, but like, if you don't know 100% sure that you're going to make it, I am not going live at 6 a.m. Like, I'm just not. Like, my house is like not even awake at 6 a.m. All right. My kid wakes up for school like just before 7. Her school starts like, I believe it's 8:30. She's supposed to be there for 8:15. Okay. So it's like, why the hell would you wake up at like 5:30 to be on this thing for 6 a.m. if Ash isn't showing up? Like, that's just kind of cruel on Ash's part. Who can he be meeting with at 6 a.m. Eastern? And that's what I mean. It's like, obviously he's just not there because he's sleeping in. He doesn't want to show up. He woke up for like 2 of them in a row and then was like, yeah, no, I can't do this. Fuck this. But then these guys are still doing it every single Wednesday, 6 a.m. They're there. We know Ash doesn't give a shit about these guys. And you would think that with this going on, they would clue into that. Like, that's kind of my point, right? Is obviously Ash doesn't fucking care. He literally showed up twice. Twice when he was supposed to on the Wednesday. So it was like the first 2 times in a row, right? Just to like be like, oh, see, I can do it. Told you 6 was my good time. And then he was basically like, no, fuck that. The 2 times after that, he didn't show up till after they were already done. Okay? That was only 1 time, sorry, after that. And then the last time, they ended up having to stream with him on the Monday instead, like the next Monday. Because he didn't show up on the Wednesday at 6 a.m. So it's like, could you not just let them know, like, if you're actually going to make it or not? And then if you're not making it, like, let them stream later, please? Classic cult tactic. Mess with members' sleep patterns. It's true. It's true. It really is. His ashness decreased that his minions will wake up and do a webinar at 6 a.m. Right? It's like he doesn't have to show up, so why would he? I mean, sometimes I do wonder if Ash is like testing their loyalty. You know what I mean? Ash can make them do whatever he wants. He really can. And sometimes I wonder if he does it on purpose. Right? Just to see. Like, will they still go live at 6 a.m.? Will they wait for me? Are they really that loyal? Like, maybe he's playing games with them. But, like, if I were them, I'd be upset. I don't care who the fuck he is, you know? But that's just me. That's just me. They've watched the movie Born Free, heard of Elsa the Lion Cub, listened to a dysfunctional webinar on Africa, and now they're experts on poverty in the third world and convinced Onpassive will solve it. all while also denying that it exists in a weird fashion. There's a new Mike Ellis video out called Digital Blueprint, Pure Gold. Yes, it is. I was thinking of doing a reaction to it in video form. He is a prick. He's a complete prick. Red's loving the time, though. That's around noon his time. Yeah, I guess for him it wouldn't be too bad, right? I guess for Red it's not too bad. But like Marty and Chris, it's still 6 a.m. You know, so why? Why do that to them?
He's not on today, that we will see him some point this week, that's for sure, to update us all. So
Marty does have hair, but it's very little.
So what has been going on in Onpassive land? Even though we might not think a lot has been going on, when you start delving into what has been going on in the peripherals and through what we as affiliates and users of the Onpassive products and services can see from our end, an awful lot really has gone on. So let's take you back to April the 24th, last Wednesday. What happened on this day? Well, we had a brand new website, onpassive.com, and it is still the same website. We haven't had an update to that as yet. And this one was, we were going back to the blues, dark blues, light blues, yellows and whites.
Oh no, they took away the purple? What am I going to do? That's my favorite color.
Of what we have seen quite a lot. The only difference with this is very much focused on the products that we have at the moment. Yes,
the MLM conference is today. If you tried to sign in and something happened, then try again. I plan on watching it when I'm done here, if it's still going on. But I'm more into tomorrow's, to be honest.
Is there for you all to see at onpassive.com. That was on Wednesday the 24th. Also this day, Omedia put out a really cool video, which is to do with how AI, artificial intelligence, is going to help in the editing and production of videos. I'm highlighting this because many of us who do video,
and the Recovering Hunbot does do a presentation tomorrow, and her presentation last year for the conference was about Ash Mufareh and Onpassive, so he could be.
Those or want to do videos, when you start looking into it, it really is a bit of a minefield, isn't it, of how to do the editing part. Now, obviously, if you're just doing lives, it's not a problem. But if you want to do a more of a production kind of video, then when you start getting into it and wanting to edit it, putting in music, cutting it, pasting it, etc., it's really, really hard, in all honesty. And it takes a long time to master the production side of it. Anyway, Omedia brought out a really cool video of how AI is going to help within this industry, and it's got links within that.
Okay, but once again, with these AI videos, when you're not using AI, there was an amazing comment underneath this video where someone was like, what AI does Onpassive actually use? I keep asking, what is AI in Onpassive? Like, what the AI is. What is the AI? What is AI there? What is the AI doing in this company? And nobody can fucking tell me. And I was kind of laughing. I was like, yeah, that's because they don't use it. So you guys keep stealing videos from other places that are doing stuff with AI and then slapping your logo on there and implying that that's what Ash is doing with his AI. But Onpassive has no AI. So like Omedia and Marty can put out as many fucking videos along with John White, who, congratulations, he's lost 195 pounds. Good for him. And then Bill Must, you know, like, you guys can keep on putting these videos out about AI, but until Onpassive is actually using AI, like, it means nothing. It's like, oh, cool, that's what other companies are doing with AI, but I'm stuck over here in this fucking scam thing that has owed me commission since September. You know, like, it's like, what's the point of doing that? You know? It's too bad that Onpassive does not have AI in any of their products. It's like, yeah, so we got to go steal that from other companies and then try to infer that that's what Ash is doing, but it's not. The other day, someone new asked if Onpassive was officially listed in the world's top AI companies. He was promptly removed by Marty for just one post. And that's funny because, like, they made the statements. Marty, Chris, and Ash all made the statements that they are on top of the world's 50 best AI companies. So they put that out there. And I remember when they said it, I said, eventually people in this thing are going to want to go look that up. And they're not going to find Onpassive on that list. Not even in the top 100 if you go to look them up. Like, you won't find Onpassive on the list of the top 1,000 companies in tech working on AI. I promise you. If there is such list, you won't find them on there. But they do release a lot of articles at the beginning of the year, especially of like, these are the top 50. These are the top 100. That's like a big thing that they have. You go search that up. Onpassive isn't on there. Eventually, someone in the company was going to do that and was going to be like, why did you lie and say Onpassive is number 1 on this list? That's why they should stop just talking out their ass. But they can't stop talking. They have to go live every day and dig their hole deeper. It's great for content. Not so good for them, though.
Take you to other parts of O Media that are going to help with the editing and production of videos. So I thought I'd highlight that. You can check this out at omedia.ea or via Facebook to the official O Media site as well, and you'll be able to see it there. Also, last Wednesday, link number 68 was added to the My Link section of your ecosystem, and that is from the previous website. So they're getting very quick now at putting up the links in the My Link section. Remember, those links are coded to you if you send them to anybody.
So basically, Wright is repeating on Wednesday what he said on Tuesday. Okay.
And that person decides to put their information into the ecosystem to join as a user, then that person will fall into your organization. How cool is that? Then we move on to Thursday, 25th.
Who is the CEO over on the O Media website? I'll double check. Because see, the thing is the O Media website is weird, and it kind of depends on what article you click on. See, that's the thing, is that the O Media website is basically just a collection of times when Onpassive has been mentioned in media. So it's basically full of Dr. Susan there, and Muhammad Kamal going to all of these different events. Okay, there's all kinds of different events that they've gone to over the past like year, especially. So whenever they're at these events, they seem to be like press events where there's press and stuff there. So whenever they go to these things, one of like the local Hyderabad or Dubai or wherever it is, right? One of their like, I guess one of their main sources of media locally, will do like an article about it. So then they'll post that article in the O Media. So on some of the articles, if you click on them, they'll say the CEO is Ash. But then there are some articles in there that also list Dr. Susan as the CEO of O Media specifically. and Mohammed Kamal as CEO of Onpassive. Some of them have both like Mohammed and Ash as CEOs. And so it's kind of like depends on which one you click on. I'm going to go check though to see if they have like a main one listed.
5th. What happened on Thursday the 25th? Big day. We had a really big webinar called Go Africa, if you remember, and our CEO was on this as well. This was organized by...
Like, I'll show you what I mean. So this is what happens when you go to the O Media area on the website. It's listed on the website, as you can see, highlighted in yellow at the top as the media center right there. Okay, this is their O Media. And all it is like their corporate press release area right now. So some of these articles list him as the COO. And then as you go down further, I believe the Recovering Hun Bot did a video where she had showed several where he was the CEO. And then there's lots of places online where Dr. Susan is actually listed as the CEO of O Media. So that's really all it is. There is no like O Media product.
Many of our African brothers and sisters to bring the African continent together. Comfort for one, Collins Manor and Charles Osong, just to name a few, that had all collaborated together to try and bring the African continent together. Ash was super excited and impressed by this, and he graced us by our presence. Some really good information came out of Go Africa. The notes for this have already been posted up on the...
Oh my God. They're so obsessed with the Go Africa webinar.
Sorry, O Founders update section. Daryl Cook, Janet Butler, Dan Street, and also Peter Sarer put those together. If you noticed and seen the recording, which was put out on many of the YouTube channels, Ash showed us a lot of new people that have joined Onpassive as employees. They are younger entrepreneur people from the African continent that have joined the Onpassive team. They are there to enhance it, and many of them now are working out of the Dubai office. So it was great to see new faces, really, wasn't it, who had joined Onpassive. Also, later on that day, the notes, as I said, were put into the back office, and also their pop-up on your ecosystem showed the recording of this. That was shared between Comfort Comfort's YouTube channel and also Colin.
So this is the O Media like website. Again, it's just omedia.ae. And it just kind of talks about what O Media is. Right? It doesn't really say who the CEO is on this area here. You can go to the team, though. And when you scroll down, you're going to see this. So it says on the O Media that engineer Mohammed Kamal is COO of Onpassive. And it says Professor Susan is executive director of O Media. And then they have their Dubai team, which is also all listed. Then they have their Egypt team listed as well. See, and these are the people that do then it's funny because we have brand managers, PR manager, And I'm kind of like, are they just the PR manager of O Media or all of Onpassive? You know, a lot of questions it brings.
Manners channel as well, which was great to see. And
yeah, the people that Ash showed us working from Onpassive were all there for less than 6 months. It's true. It was a little bit weird. And how much are all of them making? I mean, yeah. How's Ash paying them?
Friday, the recordings obviously were put out, and myself, Marty, Chris did a brief recap of what was going on Go Africa. And Saturday, what happened? Saturday.
Right, you would think that his main priority would be right now to get the commissions to the founders. But it's not. Of course. Why would it be?
Daryl Cook posted in the update section of your O Founders back office the snippet of Dr. Taruk, what he was talking about what was happening in Africa, and also what it's all meaning. Now, if you have not read this part of what he was talking about, go into your back office, go to updates and read it. Exciting times. There really was two parts to this. One was how they are developing something that is going to reduce the data usage across the African continent by up to 25%.
It was literally like 4 sentences about that. Like that, I don't know why you're acting like that was a major part of it.
Now, this is obviously going to be a huge hit for all of the people that pay for data. Just by reducing that is going to cut the costs for many people, because I know that data is very expensive on the African continent, also through India and Bangladesh as well. That's going to make a huge difference. But more importantly, he was talking about the initiative that they are bringing to the African continent through education, and how many governmental departments and also universities, colleges and schools are really on board with this. Now, we've been told about this before. This is one of the projects that he's been working on through Egypt for a very long time, and they are literally waiting in the backgrounds at the moment to release this. This is going to be big. And when I mean big, guys, probably, in my opinion, bigger than what we are using now as OConnect. This has massive ramifications as far as learning is concerned, and it was great to read. Go and read it. It's in your O Founders back office under the update section, and you will get that little snippet of there. That was put there on Saturday. Sunday, the 28th, quiet day from our point of view. Monday, the 29th came around.
Louisiana. Sorry, Violet. It was Violet. That's what happened Saturday. Nothing. Sorry.
We had a extension to OConnect for 10 days. Now, I will reiterate what Marty and Chris were saying yesterday on their live. We've been given 10 days. This does not necessarily mean that it will run the full course of that 10 days.
Oh my God, why would you set up for people to think that the 10 days is going to end sooner? In a couple days, you're going to start setting up to tell people that there might be another extension after the 10 days. So what the fuck is the point in putting it in people's minds that it might be less than 10 days?
If you heard our CEO on Go Africa, he was very much saying that he was hopeful that things would start moving by the...
Stop going there.
Damn it.
End of April. And obviously that was his intention. That's what he wanted to do. But also, guys, we need to remember and understand that when there are third parties involved, things are sometimes taken out of your control. We believe this is what's happening at the moment. Nobody wants things to start more than the company itself. So we were given 10 days extension. Okay. This is confirmed in your subscriptions, in the My Subscriptions of your OES, and also in the wallet, you'll see the extension there as an executive bonus with the dates on it. Also, on the
Lovely.
Monday, the 29th, sorry, we were given a 15-day extension for O-Tracker at the same time. Tuesday, then, as far as Tuesday was concerned,
I don't even know what O-Tracker costs or anything about it. Like, I don't. Wow. Of course they had to give an extension. Can they tell us what it's costing? Like, how much do we have to pay for it?
the 30th, the last day of April, very quiet, I'm afraid. Nothing went on for that today. And here we are on Wednesday, and I shall recap what happens today next week. That's it from me.
Yeah, they're trying to claim that the merchant stuff is out of their control. Which, granted, it sort of is in a way right now, right? Because the money went on hold. The merchant put it on hold. They're just forgetting, like, all the time before that, I guess, that Ash had to, like, secure a merchant and slowly build up, like, a relationship with the merchant so that they wouldn't put everyone's payments on hold. And the fact that the SEC case is happening and there was fraud and unregistered securities, I guess we're just going to forget that that all happened. That way, all of this is the merchant's fault instead of Ash's fault, you know? So right now, it is better to say that they don't have control.
Back to you, Chris.
Thank you, Red. Great job, Marty. Always great job. Good morning to the family of Onpassive. I don't have nothing, but I do have a few.
I did do a video on it, Gary, if you want to go check it out. I explained, like, why it might be happening.
Words to say about some of our founders right now that need some prayers. And I like
my
doing
God,
this because
Chris.
I have a bigger 5,500 people today that can help us out. Right now, we have a young lady, Jennifer Dickinson, one of our founders, our sister, who's going through at a surgery. They couldn't do something. They couldn't get in something, and she needs to go through more stuff.
Good.
Pray for her. Narelle Warkan has got a virus, a pretty bad virus caused by a mosquito bite, I believe. She's in a lot of pain. I ask you to pray for.
Violet says, so what governments and universities would be interested in dealing with a company that says they have no control over critical aspects? Exactly. None. None. At all. You know? You just think that they're broke. See, the thing is that several people did pay for OConnect. So there was a lot of money that went into Onpassive back in September. Right? I also wouldn't be surprised, though, if that money was all gone now. But the merchant may have put them on hold with everything going on. It's kind of like we play two truths and a lie with Ash at all times.
For her. Ron Hobart, personal prayers, needs a lot of help. Shoot him some out.
Right?
My brother, Harold Fox.
So it's like, I have nothing to say. I have nothing to add. But then I'm going to list off a bunch of people who you should pray for and ramble on for about 15 minutes.
I haven't seen or heard. I heard from him the other day. He had made a phone call or talked to Manu, and he's doing a lot better. Robin Noble, all the ones I've asked for in the last couple of months, we're still praying for you. A lot of people have came out of into recovery because of the prayers, I believe. Just keep going where it's going. Now,
Yeah, rather than do with the doctors, it's because the people in Onpassive are praying for them.
this morning, as I got up at 5 o'clock in the morning, when I went to bed at 4:55, I had a couple minutes to look at some stuff. And if you know me, I like shifting through YouTubes and TikToks and looking for some inspirational stuff. And I found this one, which I read to Marty and read earlier. I thought was interesting. Last year, Netflix made $25 billion without owning.
I don't remember
any
the name of the
theaters.
merchant right now, Gary, but we did deep dive it when they named it. It was one out of Mexico, and it came with very, very high fees as well.
Uber made $9.9 billion without owning any cars. Airbnb made $9.9.
I'm kind of like wondering, why is he going to bed at 4:30 in the morning and then waking up at 5? Like, what is he doing that's keeping him up until 4:30? That's weird.
$9 billion without owning any homes. DoorDash made $2.2 billion without owning any restaurants. And then the bottom it says you don't need to own anything to make money. I can't imagine what the impact in 2 years from now, 3, 4, 5 years from now, what it's going to say about Onpassive, about the founders who joined. And technically, we don't really own anything. We own products and stuff like that. But I got to imagine we're going to be breaking a lot of records where other companies are just breaking.
Okay.
And I thought that was some pretty cool stats, and I really can't wait for that. Now, every day you see us three getting. Now, number one,
Somebody hasn't even started yet. Literally, you haven't even launched yet to the public, but sure. Big dreams over here for such a small brain, Chris.
Watching our lives every day. We try to keep you updated as much as we can. We throw some silly things in there. We laugh, we cry, and we're out there trying to keep you motivated and keep you on top of things. I ask that you join all of our YouTubes if you haven't already. There's Red's, Marty, and mine. Like it and click and get those going and share them out to people. Your organization, maybe they haven't seen it. And, we got 1 million.
I love Onpassive. I am brainwashed to be here in chat. This had Onpassive in the name. I have no cognitive thinking skills at all. So I'll just come in here and on repeat say, I love Onpassive. I love Onpassive. I love Onpassive. And that should show my love for Onpassive. Hopefully Ash doesn't kick you out for being in my chat. I'm just saying, Odell, you might want to watch that.
Million. Well, let's say we got 800,000 founders. We'd like to see all those 800,000 founders join the YouTube so we can get them more information so they don't guess. Reason being, when everything gets going, we always said once it gets going, there's going to be a lot more questions. We want to keep those questions where everyone knows everything once it gets started.
What?
So, we get a lot of feedback. We get a lot of crap sometimes from people all around the world in our beliefs. And I found a great saying for that. They laugh at.
Are there people all around the world that are giving you crap? I'm pretty sure just a couple people in the U.S. and then my ass over here in Canada, but all around the world.
Us, because we're different. I laugh at them because they're all the same. Which I love that because I think it's a wonderful thing to say.
That's our saying. We laugh at all of you because you're all the same. Chris, you literally have people in my chat right now that are just repeating, I love Onpassive. I love Onpassive. I love Ash Mufareh. I have nothing between my ears but Onpassive. And then you want to try and say that we're the ones that are all like, okay. All of your webinars are all alike. You just repeat the same story over and over and over again.
I'm different. Marty's different. Red's different. We're all different. But
you're not, though. You've all literally been in MLM scams for 20 years, and you finally made it to the top of one. And instead of being a good human being, getting some ethics and learning that maybe ripping off people for a living to make it to the top of a pyramid so that you can go enjoy a margarita on an island somewhere after you step on thousands of people isn't the best way to get success. You've dove more into it. And now you're sitting at the top of this pyramid and you want to take money from homeless people. Of all the people in the world, Chris, you specifically want to prey on the homeless people. You know? Wake up.
Every one of us wants something better. People that come in and say, nah, no thanks, I don't want to. They just like being sitting in that hole they're in. I climbed out of my hole after I retired when I joined Onpassive. I thought the hole was comfortable and everything was perfect in it. And I realized it's not so perfect. I need more. I need different. And I think Onpassive is going to give us the more. I don't think. I know Onpassive is going to give us the more and the different. I love the company because it is unique. I love the fact that no one else has ever done this before. That's a plus for me. Never done this before.
No other company has been like, let's take 6 years to launch publicly. But we're going to do everything public. And then we're going to just have webinars for like 5 hours a day, you know, leading up to it. And then we're just going to fuck everything up. I don't think any other company's done that. So, I mean, they are unique.
I like the fact that every single country in the world has come together with Onpassive and not be judgmental. Just come out and accept everyone for who we are, whether it's your culture, languages. We know all kind of languages now, not by my heart. I know a few words in every country, and that's pretty cool.
I love it.
I know Ash Mufareh on a daily basis. He goes to bat every single day with the Mohammeds, with the Professor Susans, with the tech team, with every country in the world that owns a building right now in Onpassive that's running something. We don't know about
it, but like every single time that they are like with the Mohammeds, like why does the Mohammeds sound racist to me? Am I just weird? I just don't like it. I know that there's a group of people named Muhammad that are there. But just the way that they say it, I don't like it at all. It's very inappropriate to me.
Other countries, the buildings they're at, we don't know what they're doing. And I like it that way. I myself never have to walk into Burj Khalifa and say, oh, which one's our office? I already know which ones our office are. I don't question any of that. You know why? Because I don't have to do anything. I don't want to worry about stuff like that. That's why I got into this company.
In here, I want to run me a business, but I don't want me no responsibilities or work here. And because I'm the type of person, I don't want to do no work. I don't want no responsibilities. I just want to run your business. You should come and you should buy it off me. Come listen to me and how to run my business. Yep, that's how you do it. That's how you do it. Yeah.
I don't have to worry about anything. I own the greatest business in the world, and I have no responsibilities but to pay my taxes. I really, really love that. So now my favorite thing I read.
I'm trying to run a business for lazy asses over here. All right? Do you want to do nothing but sit in your chair all day and talk on a webinar for a few hours? You be a business owner, you come join Onpassive with me.
Today, and now listen to this. And I'm going to read it. How big would you dream if you knew you couldn't fail? One step in the right direction, and you're halfway there to your dreams.
You're failing the whole way. All right, there hasn't been one thing that Onpassive has done that they have not failed. So are you just failing until success? Like, what do you call that?
I believe every one of us took that step. I believe everyone had the faith to come and join a company, especially after people of 20 years getting online and failing. I've witnessed this.
I'm really good that the people that joined this company decided that they also wanted to fail for 20 years.
Company bring people out like you never would ever see in anything else. I witnessed the CEO on a weekly basis, talking to him personally, being transparent, whether he was.
Good point. Gary says a person isn't dreaming. if they can't fail? Are you really dreaming big? If you're dreaming about things that you're not going to fail or couldn't possibly fail? Touche.
Happy or sad, sick or healthy, the man has been there. He doesn't always come out sometimes, and when he's doing that, that means we know he's working behind.
I've been online for 12 to 15 hours a day for 20 years. I done here, failed 20 companies before this, but now I joined this one and I'm at the top of the pyramid. And I don't have to do nothing. If you want to be lazy and make it to the top of a pyramid and take money from the homeless, you come join me today.
The scene's very, very hard for all of us. I'm 100% faith in Onpassive. I have 100% faith in Ash Mufareh and what he's doing.
You know what? I failed for 20 years, so you should have faith in me. Don't you want to fail like I failed for 20 years?
For all of us, I don't doubt it. And if I do doubt it, I go fishing. Okay. The world today is a crazy place. Let's.
You should try fishing on Google. Look up SEC Onpassive. Read that. Go fishing through the litigation document, would you?
Let's be honest. It's a hateful place. The only love and passion I've gotten is Onpassive. Coming and witnessing smiles from every country in the world. Witnessing smiles to people that are.
Aiden Shilbot says, Onpassive is a dream because you'd have to be asleep to believe it.
So need right now. And they're smiling because they know what's coming through Onpassive.
Nightmare.
That blows me away. That blows me away, the faith. I still believe in people. I still believe there's a lot of good people out there. And the good people I've seen have joined Onpassive. Why? Because they want change. They want better for the world, better for their families. And the sad thing, the good thing is a lot of them put the world in front of.
I know. And isn't it sad, Chris? Isn't it sad that you've taken such a group of people that really just want better for their families, themselves, and their community? And you've taken all of their time, energy, and money from making themselves better, their family more, fit, making it so that they're financially stable and can actually help their community. You've taken them away from all of that to have them come and sit in this scam and just wait around for something to happen. What a shame. Imagine what all those people could have done for their communities the last 6 years, Chris. Imagine you've stopped people now for 6 years from reaching dreams, goals, making it so that they are financially stable, helping their communities, bettering themselves. All because of a hope that someone that's been scamming people for 20 years would pay a 25% commission on OConnect. Yeah, what a dream, Chris. What a dream. Good for you, buddy. Good for you.
To their own personal self, which I think is a great thing. That's a founder. We care about everyone. Yep, we're all going to take care of our families, but we're going to care about everyone else.
We're going to take you away from your family, and we're going to put you on webinars for 12 hours a day. All right, you got to ignore your family for 6 years at least, and then you might get 25% of an OConnect payment.
Too. We're always here, the three of us, and there's more. Not only to.
Let me tell you something. That 6 years that you just wasted on webinars and away from your family, you're never going to get it back. All right. Your kid is now 6 years older. Your grandkids are now 6 years older. And you just sat around on webinars all day long. People think I stream a lot. I don't even get all their webinars.
To get you information, but to help you through a lot of things. And there's things, Marty and I and Red, we're talking about getting us, what else do you want to see when we're doing our lives? James Yates texted us yesterday about showing some videos on how to do certain things in OConnect, how to run OConnect, because
it's Amanda, please.
He wants to take it to his team, and he wants to do his own connect.
I grew up
That's
on
a step
that
in the
show.
right direction, James. I believe Marty's going to work on that one. I think Red will probably work on that.
And Saturday Night Live, which I still watch to this day, and have gone back and watched all of the Saturday Night Lives, all the way to when Chevy Chase was on there.
I'll be in the background saying, yep, looks good to me. I'm not the technical guy. James, you're going to do great. Jerry Nix, I forgot to add him into our prayers about his wife. Jerry Nix reached out and asked us for some help.
Ooh, it's so cringe when you forget. Like, imagine being like, oh, and I forgot this person needs prayers for their wife. Like, oh, it's so cringy.
On certain issues, we're there for you. Listen, Onpassive is there for you. Ash Mufareh is there for you. We are all one team, one family.
Mark says, all the founders think that they'll help humanity once they've made their fortune with Onpassive. The sad truth is, if they're not doing anything for humanity now, they never will. And also the sad truth is, I mean, Ash could have done a lot for humanity with that $108 million. And he never did. So I'm not hopeful at all that any time in future that this company makes money, that money is going to go into helping humanity. I mean, they have all these people that they got to pay as employees, and then they got to pay rent on all these offices. It's got to go to that first.
I wouldn't even call us a company. I call us the greatest thing that ever happened to this world, to this earth, in this time. It's our time. I'm going to shine in our time. I'm going to make other people shine in our time. And Onpassive is going to make us all shine. Marty DeGarmo, back to you.
All righty. I'm not going to say you didn't have anything because that would be really dumb. Anyway, thanks for not having anything, Chris. It works very well.
And back to the highway. Anyone used to watch Monica Hayworth's old videos where she would be like, reporting to you from the highway.
The other thing, going back, Red said it again, and we've talked about it. This connectivity that has been increasing in.
When they're like, and we've talked about it. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot, because you guys are the top secret club at Onpassive.
Onpassive, it's probably one of the most powerful things we can do. Anything to do with communication.
Oh my God.
It's getting better all the time. When they brought up,
I believe that the very first video conferencing phone came out in 1930. Okay. I'm going to have to do a whole history lesson on video conferencing applications just to teach these guys, because they seem to think that this is a brand new thing that just started this year or just started with COVID or something. No one was doing video calls before that. And I'm like, no, they were always around. What are you talking about? It's been a long ass time that they've been working on this. All right, so Connect is not that amazing. I'm just saying. And it sucks compared to everything else on the market. And those are the companies that have been working on these things since the 30s.
Last week that it's going to get 25% better than it is now. That means we're going to reach more people. Because a lot of people took this journey on
for commission
slideshow instead of a video. In other words, it was kind of breaking all the time. You get bits and pieces and then some info. And, thank God most of the people told exactly what was going on, even if they couldn't see it live. But to know that it's getting better, that's massive. It's massive for everyone. And then when Opal comes out and all that.
Violet says, does anyone really think that after everything Dawn has gone through, she would be happy with Marty giving away their money that they have 0.01% of ever getting? Right? And here's the thing. It's not even a question of would they give away their money and would they be using their money to go save humanity. It's also a question of a lot of the people in this thing need money. It's why they're here. So none of them are probably going to want to take all of their commissions and put it into saving humanity. You know? Can we estimate how much these three have spent towards Onpassive? Oh my God. I bet you they've each spent at least a few thousand per year. I'm not joking. Because, like, you got to think of even before this. Like, they buy stupid marketing. I'm pretty sure they buy bots and buy subs and all that kind of stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if it was like a couple grand a year since they've been in.
Anytime you can communicate and get to reach that bridge where you're
More
connecting
massive
more
than
people
Marty? Really, Gary?
in the world, that's powerful. That's going to make a big, big impact. And once again, I want to say to people, AI is here to stay. You can embrace it. You can be part of it, or you can be a spectator. Why not be part of it? The company's doing all the work. You just jump in, take a ride on the magic carpet.
Sir, you expected people to be at this webinar at 6 a.m, so no thank you.
Like I said, right now it seems kind of quiet. Oh my God, what's going on? That's when a lot's going on. We've been proving that how many times?
When it's quiet, a lot's going on. When it's loud, there's a lot going on. There's just always a lot going on.
Times in 6 years. So be ready. Keep looking out. Things are going to be. I think thousands of people are going to be very, very surprised. I really, really do. And
why not millions? Why is it only thousands?
Like I said, once it gets moving, let's remember something.
Yes, Marty did buy positions for his children and grandchildren. Yep. You think Marty has a lot of groupies that would like to take a ride on his magic carpet?
We're waiting, whatever, for the payments and the bonuses, whatever it is. They're still working behind the scenes on everything else. It's not like everybody's on that.
Ash has been like against giving bonuses this whole time, so I don't know why all of a sudden now there's bonuses.
They got a certain group on there. They got lawyers on there, but the company is full steam ahead. So when this does break free and the bottlenecks opened up, we're going to see products boom, 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 boom coming out. No doubt about it. Look at the videos they're doing. They probably did 10 or 15 videos just on OTracker in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah,
and the same thing about ONET. They're doing the same, a lot about ONET, a lot about doing podcasts. Now we look at it and say, well, you know, it needs a little tweaking. It's being done. It's being done. The minimum quality that we're ever going to have is the O-Connect we have right now, and it's better than anything on the planet. So just think about that. We're on our way to bigger and better things for sure. Red, you got any closing things you want to say?
One thing, actually, because it's funny, isn't it? When we talk, we piggyback a lot off and it's, you know, it gets something going. And I've just looked it up. And the reason I did is because I can remember reading about, which you probably all know out there, of Blockbuster and Netflix and the story behind that and all the rest of it. And the reason I wanted to look it up was because who does this remind you of, right? And this is a quote from the co-founder, Reed Hastings, of Netflix. And he is the executive chairman of Netflix. He's often quoted as saying he decided...
now, who's that showing up? I thought they fixed this. Ash stated that they fixed it so that people couldn't show up anymore during webinars, but here we are. Someone just popped up with them.
To invent Netflix after being charged $40 in late fees for failing to return a copy of Apollo 13 to Blockbuster. In the end, he got his revenge when Netflix helped drive Blockbuster into bankruptcy in September of 2010. Now, the reason I've just picked that out and to bring it to our attention of who does it remind you of is, what is our CEO doing?
Hello, Thomas. Thomas says, Red is clearly at the end of the rope. In one of his lives recently, he said the company cannot withstand any more hiccups. I know we will hold him to it. Yeah, Red does seem to be questioning things, you know?
Of what Onpassive is, remains to be seen.
Just saying.
He has invented and put together Onpassive because he wants to be the correction to the corruption. He wants to be able to change the norm of what is there on the internet as far as doing business is concerned. He wants to give the majority of people a fair crack of the whip to be able to make money online squarely, fairly, legally, above board, without ripping anybody else off. This is
Well, he's already fucked that up. So there goes that. He's already running a pyramid scheme, being sued for unregistered securities, suspected of fraud, suspected of misappropriation of funds. Okay, so like we're past that, Red. All right, there is no way for him to go about it now. That's the part that you keep missing. You guys seem to be focused on this becoming a legal, legit business in future with ethics. If it didn't start that way, it's not going to end up that way. And whenever Ash talks about trying to follow the law, he talks about how he wants loopholes. He doesn't want an ethical business. He doesn't want a legal business. He wants a business that goes around loopholes so that he can make a whole bunch of money off of the backs of everyone else. And he can just sit back, sleep in, and have you guys market it all for him. That's what he wants. You know, like, and that's what he's done. So it doesn't really matter what he wants or what he says or blah, 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 right? It's what is actually happening here with this thing. Right? It's like you've already fucked up and you're getting sued by a government's regulatory agency of businesses. It's the Securities and Exchange Commission. You're not getting sued by an XO founder who's just like upset that they didn't make money or something, all right? You're literally being sued by the regulatory agency in the USA. They were like, we do not like this business. It is fraudulent. It's a scam. So there is no way to make this thing legal. You can't just change a couple things and tweak a few things over here and put out some shabby products and then go, oh, there we go. The SEC should be fine with us now. Woo! We're ethical. That's not how it works. Never has been, never will be. All right, that would be like Bernie Madoff getting out of jail and then starting a new business and being like, I'm an ethical business owner now. Everyone would be like, no, fuck you, dude. Like,
why Onpassive was put together. And that having that vision of wanting to change stuff is exactly the same as why Netflix wanted to put something together, to go against the grain of what they didn't think was reasonable.
Well, you know what, Red? That sounds negative. Maybe you guys shouldn't have started the business so negatively.
And fair. And that is why it was put together. And now look, you don't have
to put this thing together because of spite. We want to go after big corporate. Get Elon.
To know or understand the story. The story has evolved as far as Netflix and Blockbuster, etc. And also, if you remember, Netflix were just a DVD rental company themselves, but it was all by mail order. And then they evolved through the streaming industry as technology got better. Don't you think this is exactly what is going to happen to Onpassive? We have the people in place that are going to evolve with technology.
But that's the thing, is that it's not going to happen with Onpassive. All right? Because you started this thing late and you're way far behind in the technology game. You haven't even caught up to the technology of 2024 with what you have right now. You have to catch up. And while you're trying to catch up to the technology that's already out, by the way, all those people are going full speed ahead making the new shit. So you're never going to be able to catch up. You're always going to be like 20, 30 years behind in tech.
We're going to embrace it and bring new things in. The model that you see of Onpassive today is certainly not going to be as Netflix is 25 years later on. I thought I'd bring that to the table because it was very interesting, isn't it, that when you have individuals who are determined to change how things are done because they see the inequality, they see the unfairness of how things are done, then it really does stoke their desire to want to drive forward a new business model. I believe this is what Ash Mufareh is trying to do. That new business model.
Maybe we'll have to go check out some Roblin soon, see what she's been up to. Because, yeah, she hasn't been the one that's been hosting these webinars. It's these guys now, right? I get the feeling Ash doesn't like women. He's going to be real with you. He goes through a lot of women. All right? He just does.
Is Onpassive, and we are certainly here in the infancy, but I can assure you of one thing. It's going to be massive in the future. Back to you, Marty.
Back to you,
now
Marty.
I'm thinking of something, that's right. A big thing's going
Marty hasn't been listening to a word this entire time. Now he's like, oh shit, I'm supposed to sum all this up.
to happen that I brought up and we talked about before, and I might have said it here, whatever.
Whatever.
When somebody down the road, when people find out that they can have O-Connect for a given price, and they look at what the functions are and what comes with it, I want you to picture there's a couple things involved there. One is emotion or how you feel. And I don't know about you, but I would imagine if I had one of the other products, and I don't want to mention the name, and I'm paying X amount of money, and all of a sudden here comes this company called Onpassive with O-Connect, for example, and I get 10 times more features.
But Marty, you failed at businesses for 20 years, you said. So why would any business do things the way that you do them, Marty? Why? Who in business is going to come and take business advice from Onpassive Marty DeGarmo? No one cares, Marty. Shut up.
Features are 100 times more features, and it's 70 to 80% less in cost, and I can make a commission just by sharing it. I might be a little upset. I might look back and say, wait a minute. I spent this much in this company for that, and they're giving it to me for this. There's no way this company can make it any cheaper than they did. So
I would be like, what's wrong with it? Am I the only one that would be like, that's weird, what's wrong with it?
they were just gouging me for every cent I had. I'd be upset. So think about viral, think about what people want. Companies are laying off bad in some areas, okay? So on the bottom line, they need and want to save money. Onpassive's going to be that for many, many companies, from small to medium to Fortune 500.
It is true. Companies care more about security than the price for the web conferencing. And honestly, it's not weird to think that a company would see that and go, what the hell is wrong with this O-Connect? Why does it keep getting extended? It doesn't seem that secure. They do webinars and weird people just pop right in during their corporate meetings. I don't want weird people to pop in when I'm trying to have one of my 5-hour mod meetings. You know? I don't want that happening, okay? Onpassive AI is 50 years. You spelled behind wrong.
I believe without a doubt. They use all these tools.
There's another one. See? Some other random just popped up. See what I mean? You want to be having a private meeting and then have that going on?
These tools, like we see, like O-Connect, how much of a salesman do you need to be? Because I guarantee when you're hurt and you feel like you were taken advantage of, you'll share a good news. You'll go back and say, yeah, well, you know how I'm doing this with you? Yeah, I've been doing it for months, years. Come look at this. Oh, no, we're going to do a webinar here. No, we're not. Look at what this is. And they go in and see what they can have for that, the price that Onpassive is going to sell it for. Come on. It's over. It's over. There goes your viral. Give people what they want at an unbelievable price.
I think people at this point just want their fucking commissions.
And updated and upgraded every day, every month without downloading anything. You just log in and you've got yourself a new O Connect every month. Come on.
Oh, wow.
I mean, and that's one product. That's that.
Here's the thing. I don't want a new O Connect. I don't want the product to change to the point where I have to relearn how to use it every month, like the website changing.
Is the drive of the company to give everybody above market value, way above. Listen, these people that have
it is based on the actual definition of above market value. That's about the only thing that O Connect is, above market value. They're definitely overcharging for it.
Video conferencing
is what that means.
Top 5. They all stay within a very short range of.
They think it means that the value of it is above every other product on the market, but that's not what that means.
Cost. And every one of them could do it cheaper, but they don't. They actually raise the price slowly.
Zoom is literally, you pay for Zoom yearly what you pay for O Connect quarterly. I'm showing you this. I've literally shown it to you. How have you not paid attention and realized? O Connect is usually at least double the cost of what's on the market. It's expensive.
Because they're all doing it, and you think, okay, this one's 5% more, or this one's 2%. Then
how can these founders like Marty guarantee what will happen? They don't work for the company, yet other founders believe them. It's because of their close connection to Ash. People seem to get the impression, and it's not like these guys don't add to it. They do everything in their power to add to it. But it's like people have this impression that these 3 people on the screen right here are the closest to Ash. They text with him. He calls them every day. They all share moments with each other, you know, text each other good night before they go to bed. So that's why a lot of the other O founders kind of believe in these guys more than anyone else that comes out here and does these videos. Whatever these 3 say is what's to be expected at Onpassive. And Ash kind of adds to it too, right? Even by being there on their webinars every week. I mean, he kind of gives everyone in Onpassive the impression that if they listen to these 3 amigos, as people keep calling them, their comment section, that 3 amigos, then they'll have the most updated information about Onpassive. But you're right. I don't think they know. And even they'll tell you a lot of the time that they don't fucking know, or that Ash doesn't tell them. But it's like the closest that these people can get to Ash.
You start looking at the functions, but you're in that rat race to see how much money they can take out of people. Onpassive says, no, let's do this different. Let's give them even better quality, higher technology, AI, and let's do it for 50, 67% less cost. I mean, come on. It's not brain surgery. Listen, let's remember something.
Oh, bro, man.
A big chunk of people, probably 90% or more, are going to come to Onpassive not as a Onpassive affiliate.
Who are these 90% of people that are coming to Onpassive? Where did you find them? Were they under the bridge, hanging out with Chris's homeless people? Who are these people?
They're going to come in as a customer. They're going to come in to use it. They're going to come in to share it with their company. And let me tell you what, I don't need a lot of imagination to say this is going to explode. and we're all part of it. Just use common sense. Common
Alp says Red seems to think that he is usually pretty close with his predictions. If he's close, then I've won every motherfucking lottery in the last 20 years. And in that case, then maybe Alps will save humanity before Ash does.
sense. People that would never share something are going to be telling people. If I was in a meeting with somebody in the other company,
They make more money
and we
from doing a sexy man auction than they would, doing Onpassive. They could do a whole full Monty. You guys ever see that movie? Good movie. Yeah. They could do the whole full Monty thing. Probably raise more money than all 6 years they've been on Onpassive.
every week, every month, 500 capacity, 1,000 capacity. I know what it costs. You don't think I'm going to go back and say, guys, well, let's meet over here? Oh, no, we're not. You got to see what I found.
Literally, they've never gotten over 6,000. All right. So I don't know where they get off thinking that they're going to have 10,000, blah, blah, blah. Maybe Ash has on his webinars. But these three, I don't believe they've ever gotten over 6,000, just the three of them.
They could be a hero. But no matter what, they join us. See? So it's pretty cool. Chris, you got anything? Okay. Are you done, Red? All right, we're going to wrap this up, and thank you, everybody.
He just nodded. He didn't even want to answer, right? Mark says, Red is a bit brighter than these other two goons. He's still in this in the hope that something might happen, but he's not as daft as the others. No, I was kind of hoping he would wake up before they would, because out of the three of them, he's the only one I have some hope for that might actually wake up in this thing and be like, maybe this isn't going to work out.
For coming. Listen, I want to say this again. Mr. Mufareh does not have to come on 360 to make an announcement.
Oh my God.
He could even say, how quick can you get people together? And boom, we've done it many, many times. Always look at the pop-up. Nobody, let me say this again. I don't care where you live, who you are, how you're struggling. Nobody wants this to go any more than Mr. Mufareh. No one. So when you're thinking, I don't know, he's riding this thing as hard as he can. And so is his staff. So let's just do our part, which is we don't have to do a lot. Tell the truth, share the truth. And let's
Who's hunting them? The SEC, right? Nobody else is.
do the right thing. Anyway, thanks everybody. And we'll see you very soon.
We'll see you very and then he cuts it off. That's where it ends. There wasn't much that happened. I mean, there usually isn't. But just to refresh your memory, I found a little clip of Marty discussing Ash Mufareh's answer to a question about the traffic being allocated. So let's just have a quick little listen to what's said. So according to that, his major priority is the O founders, like I said. But then as we continue to go on, it seems like the O founders are the one who are going to really miss out with this thing. Tagged. Yep, they're tagged. A traffic tag. Yeah, they're waiting around in a tank. I guess it's not in Marty's basement, which... it was probably better for them, honestly. My true dream, to be in a tank. That's what I wish for. That's what I always wish for. So that was their webinar from yesterday, and a little clip of Marty just kind of talking about what Ash claimed would be happening with the traffic. I figured we would have a commercial break, and then when I returned, I have gotten their webinar from today down to about 16 minutes that we can react to. And like I said, I have a few clips put together of Ash talking during a webinar, which was on May 3rd of 2023, that I thought that we would just kind of go over again and just refresh our memories for, you know, what he was saying a year ago from like right now. There's 800,000 founders fighting over 100 people in the tank. Right? Founders are still on the bottom. They are. People floating around with their hands up to their ears like goldfish gills, just waiting. Because Ash is making his dreams come true. Yeah, his dreams, right? His dreams. Nobody else's. That's the thing. They should change their name to Onpassive. Ooh. All right, we'll be right back after a message from our sponsors.
Today's video is brought to you by...
Do you have a berserker demon? You may think that's a strange question, but I've dealt with berserker demons. What's a berserker? The word describes ancient Nordic warriors who fought with uncontrollable rage. This is where we get the expression, he was so angry, he went berserk. In the days of Vikings, berserkers would enter a trance before battle to get supernatural strength. They fought with a frenzy. Sound like someone you know? As we say, they lose it. Explosive anger can come from frustration, feeling disrespected, trauma, mental and hormonal issues, and drugs, but uncontrollable rage can be demonic. As an exorcist, I've dealt with berserker demons. If you've got one, you'll need more than anger management therapy. You may need an exorcism of a berserker demon of anger. That's inhuman. I'm here to help at boblarson.org.
Whoa, looks like you got a bit of a tangle in your dangle. Did you know that more than 8 out of 10 hose owners die each year? Not anymore. Hey, turn me on and watch my hose get huge. My mom always told me I was a grower, not a shower, and boy was she right. And if you squeeze me in the right spot, all my raging fluids will come flying out of me, and instantly I'll retract to my small, natural, convenient size. Amazing! Oh, yep. Shout outs to all my flowers and growers out there. And just like a real snake, it can contract and expand like an accordion. You know, we really wanted to name it the Snake Hose, but that's the title of a gay porno. I mean, I've never seen it, but Lizard's close enough. This is my next door neighbor, Sharon. She didn't know I was filming her. She also didn't know I had my hose in my hand, too. If your hose weighs more than 15 pounds, I feel sorry for you. You see, women prefer light, dainty, petite hoses. You don't want to be walking around with a big honking nanner. Oh, Sharon. Whoa, watch the whoa, don't get it caught on the thing. Whoa. Hey, buddy, watch where you're going. You don't want to end up like that guy, still using a standard hose, not going anywhere, and he's fucking bald. Fuck! Look at my hose, people. Oh, yeah, it's growing fast, and it's not kinking up anytime soon. Now, I don't know who lives here, but it's time to wake up. Behold, the full length and girth of my hose and its full potential. Hey, can't you see I'm filming a commercial here, you fucking asshole? Wah! Take that, fuckboy! No one fucks with my hose! The Lizard hose is about $30. You get 25 feet. That's like, just a little bit more than $1 per foot. Now, fuck it, we'll give you 2. That's 50 feet. Get fucked. Come on, touch it.
Wait, do you have a condom? You don't have one somewhere? Yes. Oi, excuse me there, sir. Do you have these directions? Sure, you just go down that way and make a turn. Don't let her know that your dinger's almost a no-go. Get Tiny Dinger condoms to you discreetly. It's very important to choose the right size, so make sure that you get your tiny size. Don't be caught without a condom. No. Get Tiny Dinger condoms, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand. Located at your local CVS pharmacy, Rexall, Shoppers Drug Mart, Walmart, and in your favorite streamer's nightstand. it. You're into feet, and not many girls are also into feet, but you finally found your dream woman. We got your souls covered now. Brought to you by the same people who brought to you Tiny Dinger Condoms, trademarked, a YouTube streamer's favorite brand, and the same people who brought to you Sexual Endorphin Spray, trademarked. We have now created the Foot Fetish Fantasia Spray. When you're rubbing on her toes, take a deep breath in and smell the sweet aromas of the toilet bowl, the tire shop, dead flowers, and your nana's perfume. After all, it will turn you on more than just her pinky toe will. This little piggy has been to the market and grabbed themselves a bottle of the Foot Fetish Fantasia Spray, trademarked. It made it so much easier to wake to my ex-girlfriend's feet after she posted up her beach trip vacay photos. Grab your bottle now and make that nasty foot fragrance vanish just like a ghost. Located at CVS Pharmacy, Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, Walmart, Kmart, Chaz R Us, and in your favorite foot fetishist nightstand. Are you getting upset with people's freedom of speech and consumer protection laws that allow the public to speak out about your scam? Are you giving YouTube creators false strikes in order to continue preying on vulnerable people? Is it getting hard to hold it in? Hold in all the bullshit? Well, introducing Tiny Digger Diapers, the adult diaper designed for the man baby deep down inside who's always on the way to the top where his ears will pop. With our FlexiFit technology, Tiny Digger Diapers moves with you whenever you sit on your chair, sit in your RV, sit on a boat, or sit in your home office paid for by the people you scam. The Secure Lock Core offers unmatched absorption for when you're full of shit, which is most likely all the time. These diapers keep you dry and comfortable so you can attend all 500 hours of webinars this week and not miss your chance to sign up a homeless man to your scam. Maybe he also needs the diapers, huh? Brought to you by the same people who brought to you Tiny Digger Condoms and Fantasia Foot Spray. Buy Tiny Digger Diapers today. Located at Shoppers Drug Mart, Rexall, Walmart, Target, your local CVS pharmacy, and in your favorite con artist nightstand. No matter where your day takes you from webinar to webinar, you will always be dry and you won't have to cry. Thank you for listening to a message from today's sponsor.
Yes, so today's webinar was just called question mark. Found it very interesting that they don't have names for them anymore.
Hey, Magic Unicorn of Onpassive. Thanks, everybody, for coming. Me, Marty, Chris, we really appreciate it. Don't forget to subscribe, ring that bell, make
No one's ringing Marty's bell. Not even Dawn.
a nice comment. We'll post it so everyone can see it. Yeehaw! Have a blessed day.
Yeehaw! I was hoping that he would get really sick of doing the unicorn thing, but apparently it's here to stay.
He's back.
He's back. He's back. My mouse keeps
Morning,
going.
DeGarmo.
So I did put it to 1.5 for this. You'll thank me.
Good morning. Beautiful day in the neighborhood. Always wanted to say that. Hello, everybody. Thanks for coming. It's the 2nd of May, Thursday. The week is pounding down to an end again. Was talking to Chris about, people sharing and going viral and what's going to happen and all that. I believe, just my opinion, I don't talk about all that. I try not to talk about stuff I don't know, but I tell you what I do know. This company's going to ignite very, very soon, and we're all going to live a life we only dreamt of. Now,
Oh, Lord.
nothing has changed. If a day goes by or an hour goes by, that has nothing to do with anything. When it's ready, when they're done, we're going to fly high. And remember, nobody wants us to go quicker than Mr. Mufareh. He's the one paying the bills. We're not. We're just riding the wave. It's pretty cool. But I want you to think, while we're going, all the different stuff.
Right, they've been waiting to go viral for 5 years. And it's allegedly been going viral this whole time.
I was talking to Minnow, just to give you an example. She had sent some kind of lotion, my Dawn burned her hand. And this wasn't about MLM, nothing. She just had this lotion stuff. So I got stuff that is really good. I'll try anything. Because she was going to have a scar for months. She sent it, Dawn wiped it on. A few days later, she goes, look at this. I go, I thought she was tricking me and it was the wrong hand because there was nothing. And she goes, no, look. I said, holy moly. So like I said, there's stuff out there that work. And I believe, I'm going to give you another example. Sharing things, right? Now, I have been on every diet on the planet. I've done Weight Watchers, and I've watched this freaking weight go up every year for the last 50 years. I've done the seafood diet.
So that's your problem, is you're dieting. Dieting never works, especially yo-yo dieting. All right, where you just go from diet to diet to diet to diet, and in between you're probably not dieting, so you're just fucking yourself up. Dieting's awful. I do not recommend going on diets unless you go to your doctor and a nutritionist and they tell you that you need to go on a diet for some reason. Like you find out that you're lactose intolerant, don't have milk, that kind of diet, things like that. Really, what you need is a lifestyle change.
Food. I ate that pig. I did calories. I did potions and lotions and drank things and all this. Okay, all of this. And about a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago, the first time, I heard about keto. And I thought, keto? What the frick is that? And they're talking about not eating so many carbs. And once I figured out carbs and sugar and all that, it made sense, okay? And then eating processed food, where like butter's perfect. Why are we making margarine?
Yeah, Weight Watchers is probably one of the worst ones.
We take something perfect and we turn it into plastic. I don't get it. But anyway, and don't eat it, and don't eat eggs, and don't do this. I'm not thinking, wait a minute, my grandmother was 102. When I was visiting her, every morning she had either sausage and eggs and something else, fried, let me finish, fried in lard. Now, somebody forgot to tell her about how to eat, you know what I mean? But anyway, I also remember back in the 70s, there was Atkins diet. Atkins was the very first, in a way, keto diet. Now, it wasn't exactly explained the same way, but I think he's the guy that really looked into that or whatever. So anyway, now from that, I lost weight. Easy. It felt really good. And then I found out about carnivore diet. And carnivore is just more extreme. Get in it, food, no carbs, none. And man, it changed my life. And it was all about, I remember hearing when I was a kid, you are what you eat. I thought that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. But guess what? We are what we eat. The difference is when you're young and you're pounding down 2 quarter pounders with cheese, 2 large fries, and a chocolate shake. You see how I know that? That was my menu. It doesn't, you don't.
That was probably your problem, Marty.
See the reaction from it. You're young, you're moving around.
Marty's like eating fucking cheeseburgers and fries and having double chocolate shakes and wondering why he's not losing weight on Weight Watchers.
As years go on, bringing in stuff we weren't meant to eat over and over and over, it catches up with us. And one day, you feel like crap. Look, nobody, zero. Nobody has control over when they were going to die. But I do think we can have some control over when, not when we die, but the quality of life. Like I know a lot of people, they live in the 80s and 90s and they can't move. That's not life. So I'm just saying, all these ideas, the lotion, when I found out the carnivore,
But like people that are in their 80s and 90s and they can't move are probably experiencing health issues that don't necessarily have to do with having a bad diet, though.
Ideas you can share with people in the club. And you'll think, oh, nobody's going to do it. That's not true. That's not true. Look at John White. Amazing. He's supposed to.
What the fuck does John Wayne have to do with you or Onpassive? What does dieting have to do with Onpassive? Like what? You want these people to live for longer so you can scam more money out of them?
Poster child for it. Intermittent fasting. That added to it. That was one of the biggest deals of all because I didn't understand it, how it worked. But it's funny, and then I see kids and what they eat, and I'm like, man, they do nothing.
Like my kid is obsessed with my burgers right now because I make burgers from scratch. Not like that's anything amazing. It's just ground beef and then like spices and breadcrumbs and stuff. But she's been like obsessed with my burgers. So every day at dinner time, it's like, what do you want for dinner? And she'll be like, I want mom to make her burgers. So I've had to say no a lot, but we had them yesterday. Yesterday night, I did make my burgers.
Sugar all day long. And then the pharmaceutical and the companies, they want to sell you a pill. And pills don't fix anything. You see what I mean? That's just, I don't know. But anyway, there's ideas that we all have, and it's time to explore them. Explore what you like, what you don't like, and surround yourself with other people that either might want to try it or they're in with you. They agree.
Dude, I don't think it matters where you're from. Nobody is getting value from this.
You can share recipes, especially carnivore, how to buy it so you're not paying so much money because a lot of it is meat. I found a way to save money. We found a place called the Meat Stock, believe it or not. And yeah,
cool.
save all kinds of money. You could get a cow, have it butchered. Chris did it. For him, it's like, being a pygmy. I'm just kidding. No, but you could do that. You could do all that stuff. And that to me is pretty cool stuff.
Okay.
But I also, just keep in mind, we're okay. Things are moving. It's very quiet.
Marty failed in 20 MLMs and 20 diets. He's a professional failure. I mean, yeah, I think a lot of these people are, though, right? I would even call Ash a professional failure.
And I'm giving my experience of over 5 years in this company. When it gets really quiet like this, and I said this a few weeks ago, big things happen. Good things happen. So just take a ride, just coast, get yourself ready, be ready, keep your eyes open.
Be ready. Make sure
Learn
that you all get on a diet so that you're ready to make your Onpassive money. Like, weird rant.
I have people asking me, how do you do it? I made videos on how to do many things.
I guess he's successful at one thing, Joe.
But the best way to do it, hello, Darius. I see Darius Edwards is saying, is do it. You're not going to break it. Go do it. Our friend here, Narella, she's taking a walk on the wild side and she's going carnivore. And she's going to be surprised. I believe it. I wouldn't say it if it didn't have an impact because I've tried everything and nothing worked. And this is just, and you don't have to count calories. You don't have to, none of that.
Yeah.
And the more you do it, the less hunger you have. Like you don't have, like the more carbs you eat, the more carbs you want. More junk you eat, the more junk you want. So you're constantly, pillaging through the freaking cabinets and closets. And
honestly, you just need to have a good balanced diet and then get exercise every day.
Yeah, it's horrible. But the more you go without it, then your cravings go away. Really, they go away almost to zero. Chris was away for 3 months. He just told me he can talk to you about it, but he's starting to get back to where, okay, this is where I was when I left. And it's not hard. It's really not. But anyway, so get to know what you're doing.
Who knew that when you're older, you got to start watching what you eat more, guys? I mean, it's such a good thing that Marty has done this rant, or else none of us would have realized that.
I really can't emphasize enough, if you really listen, all of us own a massive, massive business.
No, that's wrong. You don't all own anything. Ash owns a massive business. You're kind of like renting a part of it. Think of it more like that.
Absolutely massive. But sometimes we treat it like it's somebody else's. Well, he did this and she did that. And I went, no. This
prayer group, diet advice group, lots of talk about bathing and ugly babies. Truly, Onpassive is a groundbreaking company. Here to save humanity, one ugly baby at a time.
This is your business. You run, you'll get there.
Maybe the ugly babies just need to have a carnivore diet.
Faster. But either way, you're getting there. I hear people say, I don't want to do that. I got here because I don't know how, and I don't want to. You don't have to. I'm not saying that.
Right, that actually sounds really silly, doesn't it? To own an affiliate account. That's almost like an oxymoron on itself, isn't it?
But time's pretty precious. I don't know how long we got, right? None of us do. But if you share it, you get people in. And I'll tell you something else. This is where it's going to be powerful.
It's okay. This drives me nuts because now it's like, so now you're supposed to be sharing Onpassive and getting people in. But what happens when they get there? Are they also now going into the septic tank? Like, I don't understand why you would be promoting it when nobody can make money off of it. We're still waiting around. Like, to me, everything's on a standstill right now until the commissions come in. You know? It should be.
Chris and I talked about this before we came on. Testimonials will blow this thing up. If you say anything to do with Onpassive, hey, 6 months down the road.
See, that's why it's bizarre, right, Violet? Because they're talking about food when a lot of the founders are probably starving or not getting enough food because they have made it a point to prey on people that are in such dire need of money because they need to pay for food. So yeah, it's gross.
You have 3 people on the video, and that's it. A whopping 3-minute video maximum, and say, what has Onpassive done for you? And
they
you
really don't. Like, none. They have zero emotional intelligence. None. And like Ash is the same way. That's why he says like just the worst things ever during a corporate webinar of all places. You know what I mean? Like to be a fucking asshole and to be racist and sexist, out of all the places to do that in your business, during your corporate webinar is probably the one place you shouldn't be acting that way. You would think, but it's like they also don't have any social intelligence. Like they have no clue. I know social situations with my autism more than they know it. Okay? Like they're not even thinking like, maybe we should be more professional during the corporate webinars, which to me is something that you would expect from your CEO of your business. You know? I know. See, like, I don't get the point of marketing it to people. I never have until people can actually join it. Like, why are we, like, sharing this around? So that they get an affiliate link, but then again, they click the affiliate link, okay? They make their account, and now they're just in the same position where they're just sitting around waiting. And then those people, they're not even waiting for a commission. Because you can't even buy O-Connect right now. So it's not like they'd be coming in and then purchasing O-Connect. Then maybe I could understand. Because there would be at least a purpose to it, right? It would be like, yes, you want them to come in and buy the O-Connect so that then, commissions roll in. That would make sense. But they can't even do that. So then they're just sitting around in a fucking free account. Like, what, just to poke around the ecosystem? I would be horrified that people would get bored. Like, if I was an O founder right now, I probably would not want to be sharing this out until things are more steady and I have answers to give people. Because they're also going to be asking things like, how come I cannot buy any of the products right now? And since I'm the one that gave them my affiliate link, I would be the one that they're going to come to asking all those questions, right? And I don't have answers for that. So do you see how it puts people in a bad position as well that they're not thinking of? Because it's like, okay, but then what are people supposed to tell these new people that come in? Like, oh yeah, we're just waiting for the merchant to take our commissions off hold. Like, I feel like they're always set up to fail in these situations. P&G is waiting to see value. Yeah, they keep bringing them up again as well. Other than keeping people in the scam, that's the only point. Imagine if they sent an oatmeal to a friend and asked them why they didn't reply.
What it has changed. And what I mean by what it has done for you, if you didn't have Onpassive, you wouldn't have been able to do it. Or it cut time frames, which means you're going to retire in 10 years. Example, you're 55. Onpassive comes along, you're in it 6 months and you retire. You cut off 9, 10 years of working. I don't know about you, but that value.
That's a really weird way to think about it when these people are waiting on commissions that were owed to them from September of last year. Like again, you have some balls, dude. You may be missing your Johnson, but you got some balls to kind of come out here and make these statements.
It's priceless. For one thing, is you don't know how long you're going to live. I've had friends retire at 65 and they're dead at 66. So we don't know. I'm just saying, I want to meet everybody. I want to have fun with everybody. We're going on cruises together. We're going to do things together.
Are you?
Meet everybody every night in trivia.
Are you going to join Nilo Life and book a cruise together? Is that what's going to be happening? Been talking to Ken Russo lately.
And I'm starting to feel like it's illegal as much as we're beating the women.
Like, oh no.
So,
we have more problems here than we realized.
We're going to make teams tonight. My man John White's here. John, what's happening?
John, how much weight have you lost now, John? Let us know. I haven't talked to you. I want to know what you're.
Yeah, John, put it in the chat here. How much you lost, John?
I know what his goal is.
I'm going to turn it over to Chris and check out some of.
He's lost 195 pounds. He ends up saying. So I mean, congratulations to John White. That's amazing. Good for him. But he did that. Not Onpassive. It's not because of these guys. You don't need Onpassive to change your life. If anything, like, do it for you. That's why you should be doing it.
The chat.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful words. And listen, a lot of people are saying right now, what does all this got to do with Onpassive, what Marty's talking about? The carnivore diet.
Yeah,
and I'll tell you what, let me tell you why he's talking.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I was saying, Chris. Wow, it's like you read my mind. I mean, like, I'm a little bit creeped out right now. You totally read my mind.
Stop going there.
I'm surprised. It's in my head.
About it. This is why we talk about it a lot. What do you want to say? Oh, okay. Is Ash Mufareh said, get in the best shape of your life. He's told us that for quite a while now. Why? Because he wants you to be healthy. He wants you to be happy. He wants you to be able to enjoy what Onpassive is going to offer. That's why.
I'm sorry, but a lot of times when Ash is like on webinars, he looks like he himself has some very high cholesterol. So I'm not really going to go to him for any advice on life.
Why we talk about what we're doing and how we're doing it. And people like Narelle come on and say, I've been doing this for a few days. My sugar levels have gone down. Unbelievable. And Darius and Dane, we're still praying for you guys. We know why. All the people we're praying for. Another thing Ash Mufareh says, love one another.
You're going to notice, by the way, they're not going to tell you how much John White lost, even though they're the ones that asked.
Be nice, be kind, be respectful. You'll find the weeds in your garden, and you pull those weeds and you just enjoy your garden. It's a wonderful thing. Ash Mufareh has always talked about positiveness. He's talked about a lot of people in the last month, because things are not going as fast as they want. Ash said, listen, don't quit. Hang around. It's almost done. You haven't seen it. Don't quit. He said this. Right? I got people that send me stuff every single day. I'm not responding to you anymore. Here's my opinion. If you don't believe and you want to quit, we don't want you. See you later. I don't want you to quit. But I'm not going to try to convince you anymore. I used to do that. I don't. We were talking today. We had a really good conversation. And Red's coming on at 2 o'clock today, guys, not 11. 2 o'clock. He just texted me, so I don't forget. We had to talk about when Onpassive really exploded. And I want to point some things out here. And this is
sorry, we were pulling weeds.
I came in the 2020 mark, the end of 2020. And that's when, hold on. And that's when
Ash has not, Alp says, been talking about people being healthy. This is more revisionist history. These guys are kings of it. Ash has been telling people they're going to be in their best financial shape. That's right. That's right. And then they took it and somehow turned it into be in your best shape. Because that's how Ash kind of says it. And I believe that that's more of a translation issue because English is not Ash's first language. And sometimes that's a little bit of an issue. So he has said on numerous occasions, you're going to be in the best shape of your life. And things like that, that I believe that they've now taken and twisted it to mean like, go on a diet. And I'm like, that's not what's up. But okay.
Onpassive exploded. Do you want to know why Onpassive exploded? Because you
at the same time, though, honestly, if a whole bunch of people are going to start taking better care of themselves because they think Ash Mufareh told them to, that might be one of the only positive things to come out of this entire scam. So maybe who are we to then question that?
A handful of individuals who got up every day and talked about Onpassive, who did every kind of webinar possible, who came together and started teaching people what the products are.
See, Louisiana, the best thing ever is that it's always the people that are in bad shape that seem to come and tell other people that they need to get into shape. But like I said, these are not the people that I might want to come and take my diet advice from. I'm sorry, but you better be like a bodybuilder, weightlifter, nutritionalist, or something like that, where you've gone through that transformation of changing your lifestyle around to be healthier before I'm probably going to even listen to what you have to say about it. I'm not going to be listening to a man in a cowboy hat who seems to have finally made it home, or some dude that looks like he hasn't gotten out of his chair in 3 years. You know?
Onpassive is what's going to do. The tech guys came and explained why things might be taking a little longer. We informed people. The excitement was through the roof. All I noticed, people like, listen, I want you to go back to when you first joined. When you had that, oh, this is awesome feeling. This is what keeps me going. Think about why you joined, and the excitement will come back to you.
See, I think it's a little bit of that, but I think it's also like them being dumb and misunderstanding what Ash says.
Yeah, some of you, I have a lot of people that just said, Chris, let me know when it goes. They're just going on with their lives until it happens. I kind of love those people. And then I got people I was just
They
talking.
also kind of needed something new to talk about today. You know, like this is kind of a new angle that they're taking.
Marty, someone sent me a sad message. I'm in need of medical help. I don't have money, and all I can do is tell them I'm praying for them, but know what's coming. All right, we don't have a magic wand where I could say, okay, I'm coming to your rescue. I'm going to fix you. I wish I did. I was discussing this with Robin Noble last night with everything she's going through. All right.
I mean, you wouldn't be wrong, Gary. You would not be wrong. I mean, that can cause you a lot of medical issues. You're not supposed to be sitting in front of a computer for that long in a day. You know, and I'm sure that a lot of people don't have proper seats to sit in. Not all of them have Marty's armchair, you know? And are they comfortable where they're sitting during these webinars? So, you know, it could be adding to the problem. It's not helping in any way, I assure you.
It's not easy, some things that we go through. Everyone's got something that we're going through. But again, Ash Mufareh said,
my husband has lost hundreds of pounds. My husband was very, very large when he was growing up as a young boy. He unfortunately had a mom that used to show him affection via food, like waking him up at 3 a.m. and taking him to Denny's and things. So he grew up, he was very, very big. My husband had a heart attack at the age of 16. He almost died because of his weight. He was almost 500 pounds at that age. And now, you wouldn't even know that my husband was ever overweight. Even when he has his shirt off, you wouldn't know that he was 500 pounds. When he tells people that now, at the age of 38, he lost all of the weight by the time he was in his 20s. Because it was like a life and death situation when he was 16. It was like, lose the weight now or else you're going to have another heart attack and die. So he did go through that and he lost all the weight and he's kept it off ever since. So, you know, like I said, though, it takes a whole lifestyle change. Like my husband, in order to do that, had to like change his entire lifestyle. Everything he ate, he had to make sure that he did more exercise and all of that. Right? It's not just about changing what you eat. You literally have to change your entire lifestyle to be, you know, somebody that actually cares about taking care of yourself in more ways than just how you're eating, but also exercising. And that's a lot of the reasons why my husband probably injured his back so badly. I mean, he also fell off a roof. Well, he used to build trusses. So he fell off a roof onto the truss table and harmed his back. But I'm sure that carrying all that weight when he was young probably weakened his back and made it so that that injury was a lot worse than maybe it would have been if he wasn't 500 pounds in high school, you know? So there's that. I was 300 pounds when I had my daughter. She was 11 pounds, 13 ounces at birth. And I've lost all that weight. Took me a couple years to lose because I was like 120 when I got pregnant. I'm tiny. I'm a tiny girl. But at the same time, you know, that was pregnancy weight. I don't think I'm at all near where, like, the work that my husband had to do. But I did have to work and I did have to change my entire lifestyle in order to lose that weight. You know what I mean? Oh, if you saw pictures of me when I was pregnant, I was the size of a house. I was huge. But my daughter was also huge. It was difficult, especially at a young age, because he was only in high school when he had to do it. So this is what I mean, though. Like, it's not just about changing your food, though. Like, you have to change everything. You know?
Best shape of your life. Let's do this. Why? Because he cares.
I'll show you
Why
a
does he want
pic
us
in the
healthy? He wants us to
Discord
enjoy.
later. I have pictures of it. I've had haters like dig up the pictures of me and try to use them. They're like, look at how fat Queen is here. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. I gave birth to a baby that was almost 12 pounds, like right before that.
What Onpassive is going to offer everyone. All right. We did talk about testimonials. The single I think her name was Priska. I can't remember exactly. Papua New Guinea. We were just talking about this with Marty. She didn't have a computer. She didn't.
Yeah, like I'd say it took me a good 2 years to get down to close to my weight. About 3 years to get down to almost the weight I was before I got pregnant. A little wider than I was in the hips. So, you know.
Have a phone. She just heard people in Papua New Guinea talking about Onpassive. She knew at that time it was $97. She worked for 3 weeks on the streets, 12 hours a day, selling little things. And she earned that money and she got one position.
She worked for 3 weeks on the street for 12 hours a day to buy one position for $97. And you don't feel like that's wrong at all? Like, you didn't stop to think in your head that it took her 3 weeks working that hard to make $100 US. And now you want her to pay that, more than that, for O-Connect? And you don't see a problem with this at all. This is a flex. I'd be so embarrassed and feel like a piece of shit if someone told me, like, I don't even know what's equivalent. I guess my memberships. Like, oh, Queen, I really wanted to get one of your memberships for your channel. So I worked for 12 hours for 3 days in a row to be able to pay for it. I would be like, oh my God, please don't ever do that again. Like, I will let you know when I'm about to gift them to people so that you can be there and get it for free next time. Why are you doing that? I would feel like shit. I don't know how you say something like that in a positive way like you did, and you don't like clue in that that's like a lot of hard work that she's got nothing back for. Except maybe her 95 O coin, which just went into O-Connect. Yay. Yeah, like selling trinkets. You know, like, they don't clue in. Usually when you're in an MLM, you could make it by selling their products. But of course, on Passive, you can't do that now, can you?
Imagine that testimonial. All right. Now imagine Go Africa. The things that we want to fix in Africa and all over the world. But Africa's huge. We know that. And there's a lot of things over there we want to fix.
It's really weird, Marty, putting comments on the screen that say things like Marty, mayor of Onpassive, and Chris, his right hand. Like, just something narky about that to me. You know?
Imagine when people start seeing this part of Africa, Onpassive just helped them not only educate them, but they build a whole new village with running water, electricity. These kids were walking miles a day for fresh water.
Oh, no, next level, be careful with Ozempic. They're going through lawsuits, I believe, at the moment. So just be careful with it. Look into that. Be careful. It's apparently done some really bad things to some people.
A school. We build them a building with O-Connect and laptops. This is what's going to really put Onpassive on the top, to show people that Onpassive does have a heart. And we're just going to constantly keep giving. Now, that doesn't count the millions of people that's joining Onpassive and realizing I can help out with that. Before I couldn't. Now I want to rebuild an entire village in Africa. Now I want to put a beautiful train or helicopters or medical buildings in Papua New Guinea so people don't have to die because they couldn't get there.
What? Again, these are the people that you prey on with your scam. And to describe P&G like that and then know that you've taken money from them. Just, gross.
Tell me why you wouldn't join a company like that. I want you to get excited about why this company is here. It's not just about making you successful. It is, but it's about making the world successful. It's about putting this world back together. This world is so broken right now.
Yeah, no, this is Chris's living room with the picture behind him.
And it's sad. It shouldn't be. There's people out there doing such bad things to human beings. It's unbelievable. And I believe through Onpassive, because we're in every country in the world, those things are going to come out. People that were afraid are going to come out and say, listen, I know what we can do to help fix this. And that's what Onpassive is really going to be. Listen, I'm going to say something Red always says, and I'm going to finish off with different. At the end of the day, everything is going to come into focus with Onpassive. We say it again. At the end of the day, everything is going to come into focus, not Bob Takuki's focus, but come into focus from Onpassive. Yes, you should understand by now what it's about. You should also understand the tedious work Ash Mufareh has to do on a daily basis to make this legit. Why isn't it going yet, Chris and Marty, Red? Because Ash has he don't just call up a guy and say, hey, Guido, go ahead, fire it up. No, he's got to connect all over the world, the governments, currencies. Everything has to be perfect. He's not going to say, okay, well, we got.
And he had 6 years to do all of this and sort all of this out, right? And he didn't do it until now? Like, come on.
Got this over here, we'll let it run. No. He wants it to come down for everybody. But keep in mind why you got an Onpassive. Keep in mind why you got an Onpassive. Stay excited.
Most of them got in there for the commissions. Just so that they can afford to live. And then they're still waiting for their commissions. And we still don't know how this works. Like, I'm still confused by this whole, like, you get back the commission from your own O-Connect payment thing.
Regardless of what you're doing right now, it's going to happen. It might happen tomorrow. It might happen next week. But right now, oh my goodness.
It could happen 20 years from now. Just sit around and wait. FOMO.
Right now.
Who's calling you during your webinar? Tell them to stop it.
Now, we're all on some kind of journey with Onpassive. Some of us are dealing with things that it's very hard to deal with. Some people are just don't even care and let it flow, let it go. But I'm going to tell you right now, when Ash Mufareh gets this all said and done, at the end of the day, you won't even have to stay focused because it's going to be on. Marty DeGarmo, back to you.
Boom, baba, boom. And boom. And baba.
Oh my God, this Darius man is just the Lulu.
Hi. No, very good. I didn't want, we weren't going to stay on very long. We got about 400 people, 20 minutes.
Wow, record for us. We were on time and we're early.
We were on time.
I know, Chris. I know. But the thing is that they're being told that they're all getting commissions right now. That they have commissions that are held up by a merchant. But none of them have any traffic allocated to them. So apparently they're getting commissions off of their own sale of O-Connect. Because the way they describe it, they're like, you buy O-Connect, you make 100% of the commissions back to you. And I'm like, can you please explain that better? Because I don't think that's how that works.
There's my brother Daniel. I'm going to see what he has to say.
Well, basically, Tashi, this scam has been running since 2018. Nothing really has changed in the last 4 months. Besides, now the merchants have held everyone's commissions. They're still waiting to get paid them from September. And, you know, O-Connect keeps getting extended.
Absolutely.
Yeah, Daniel, you're a big plus to this company too, buddy.
Big plus.
Yeah.
If there wasn't people like Daniel out there, Papua New Guinea would not know about Onpassive. They wouldn't understand it. This man's gone out and explained it to people what's actually going on.
It's brown, Scam Chan. It's the color of poop.
Passive and what it's going to do for you. Listen. If you were making $300 a year, let's say in Papua New Guinea, I'm just throwing hypothetical. Next thing you know, you're making $300 a day. Can you see the difference? Now that's hypothetical. It's going to be a lot different than that. A big change. I was explaining to Marty, and now
these are starting to sound a lot like illegal income claims here, where you're bringing up numbers where people are probably going to make this amount and that amount. And I'm pretty sure that's illegal. Just say it.
You got me set off again, Daniel. That's good. We have talked in the last couple of months about just O-Connect. 1% of this company, not even that. We've talked about O-Connect and we got fired up.
Yes.
We haven't thought about bonuses and extra people.
Yes, they have forgotten about her. They don't care. Oh, wait, Chris will say they'll make $300 per day. Yeah, they did. In 2052.
Our extra accounts that we haven't thought about all the people that's in our organization. We're only concentrating on one little thing, which is okay. Can you imagine when all of it comes together? I'm not talking about money because I can't. I want to, but I won't. Imagine.
I don't know why this Delisa Christie here seems to think that Ash is creating some kind of inventors team where it's just going to be a bunch of the world's greatest minds all sitting around spending Ash's money to invent things to change the world. Seems weird. I don't think it'll happen like that.
When the whole ball of wax comes together and it's coming right at you. We do know 25%. All right, we do know that, but we don't have any idea what the
Onpassive is one of the few charitable entities to have taken money out of Africa. Right?
other stuff. And I'm gonna
They're doing
go back
it
to what
wrong.
Ash Mufareh's lawyers used to say. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you giving all your money away? Because that's who Ash Mufareh is. Always has been, always will be. When he's got lawyers saying, why would you do this? Because he's got a love for humanity. Why would he do this? Because no one else has done it before? He's tackling everything, guys. And we
Everyone, if you are on ONET as a naysayer, please go and join Onpassivians Anonymous, the group. It is run by Violet.
help. All right, back to you again, Marty.
See how long it lasts. though.
Alrighty, thanks everybody for being here tonight. I don't know anything special. Red, like you said, on it too, right, Chris?
Right?
And we have trivia at 9:30 with Minnow. It's a lot. Oh no, oh yeah, it's Thursday, yeah.
New way tonight. I think you guys we're just discussing a new way doing it.
Yeah. We're gonna have teams.
You need listen. There's a lot of women. We have been literally whooping the woman bad, and normally it's the other way around. But Jennifer Dickinson, I hope you're doing better. I'm not sure what's going on with you today, but we miss you. We know you're ill, but big part of it. Gina Leva, Ivy Mix. There's some pretty intelligent people out there, ladies, that need to come on and try to beat us because
Gina Leva is intelligent. I'll play that trivia. We're gonna Jelly, Violet. Come on, ladies. We got some trivia to play.
even Chris Johnson's been firing up some answers.
Yes, he has. He has.
They're easy.
Anyway,
We'll take the whole
thanks
damn
everybody,
game.
and we'll see you there. Learn what you have, realize what you have.
They think Gina Leva's smart.
Listen, even if you try to realize what you have, you're wrong. It's even better. But at least get where you can, where that anxiety part goes away. Listen, life goes on. Onpassive have nothing to do with what's going on in our lives.
Yeah, they seem to think that Ash is not going to be making any money off of any of their commissions or sales, and that, you know, how they all get 25% commission. Well, the other 75% is allegedly going in some kind of group pot, and then that's the money that will be used to save all of humanity. And apparently it's also the money that's going to be passed back out to them. There are a lot of people in this thing, these two asshats included, that seem to think that Ash is going to just be handing out money to everyone instead of making a profit at all. You know? So that's why they say things like Ash is going to give away all his money. Ash isn't in this for himself. He's doing all of this for all of you.
That happens. The plus is there's a ray of light.
True,
There's a light at the end of the tunnel called Onpassive, and a lot of people can't say that. So we're in a good place, good time. Things are going to rock and roll. Anything can happen any day.
No, I
love you all and see you.
Bye.
Jesus. That was their webinar from today. Very interesting. We heard about their diets or their failing diets. And then we got told that people in PNG were going to be making $300 a day, which again sounds like an illegal income claim to me. Just saying. That is what CEOs do, right? They work hard. They worry. They take the shit. That's why they get paid the big bucks. I know, it gets really annoying them wanting Ash to be praised for doing his job. It's like if he doesn't want those responsibilities, then he could always step down as the CEO. And speaking of Ash, like I said, I have a little collection of clips. It's only about 4 minutes of some things that he said a year ago tomorrow. So I just thought we would go through those together.
Here we go. Money talk.
Everybody probably in a relationship, you would expect your spouse or your partner to make you happy. You think when you marry, that person, whether he or she, okay, is going to make you happy. You're just going to sit down, make me happy. That's what.
I guess Ash is not happy with his wife. I guess he just uses her to transfer all of the money that he scams from people to.
I thought too. It's like everybody else. And so I was feeling that way. Obviously, she's feeling that way as well. He's going to make me happy. Oh, no, she's going to make me happy. She should make me happy. No.
Like, we all know that Ash probably doesn't make his wife very happy unless he is taking her to the salon and spa and getting her hair done.
No, he should make me happy. You see that? Nobody talks about it, but we know the mindset. We were with a group one day, and
when I got married, I knew that I would have to work on my marriage and constantly work on, keeping my husband happy, also communicating to him how he can keep me happy. I think that most people realize when they're getting married that it's a lifelong commitment and that it takes work. And you have to work on it, like with any relationship, by the way. Even friendships you have to work on.
someone asked her, does he make you happy? And I was like, ooh, that is cool. Of course she's going to say, okay, he makes me happy. He's cool. He's hot. He's sexy. This and that. I was like, okay, I love it. Now we got some, recognition on the internet. There's a reason behind that.
So she said, no, he doesn't make her happy. Good to know.
And if this is your statement, and if your statement is the correction for the corruption, do it or die, okay, obviously you have to do the calculation. This is not a 5-minute process. Not a 5-day, not a 5-month process.
Apparently it's not even a 5-year process. Just say it.
Okay. Is it worth it?
No.
If I told you, you have a solution to this, are you going to ask me how long is it going to take?
Again, you can't be angry that people are asking how long. Think about it. You have a solution to their problem you're claiming. So they apparently have a problem. They want it fixed quickly. Just say it. Back then, Zoom just worked for Ash. Yep.
So we get trapped into the wrong thing. The right thing is to be more goal and purpose driven, where we are going, rather than where you come from, the current situation. Where you are today is temporary. Where you want to come on in.
So basically, just forget his past. You don't need to know anything about the past. You don't need to know, like the start of the company or anything like that. Don't concentrate on the past 5 years of failure. Let's just look forward. Look forward. Remember, he said this a year ago tomorrow. So this was all on May 3rd, 2023.
Try it for free. You got nothing to lose. It's on me. You get all connect. You get at least a free trial. You get this and that. If you don't like it, nothing, lost.
You're lost?
So for those who are tempted to start showing and belly dancing for the public, what I mean by that, you don't have to seduce people to come and take a look. Listen.
Yes, he did compare selling Onpassive to belly dancing for the public. Yep. Mark says, I love the quote, just do the calculation. No one knows what they're calculating or how to calculate it, but it sounds impressive, right? Right?
I got you something with more features, AI driven, cheaper, user friendly. It's amazing, super simple, and it pays you to use it. What else do you want to know? other than come and try it and stop talking, do it now.
What else do you need to know other than just listen to this man? He knows what's right for you. Right?
You want to know more? You're not serious.
Yeah, if you want to know more about what you're investing in, then you're not serious. Don't ask questions. Just take out your credit card, please.
I felt it, and it's happening. But to a degree, it will never come the way you plan it. It's impossible because there's so many variables in the process you cannot control. And I learned even before this Onpassive that
he cannot control, he means.
Whatever it is, as long as I'm satisfied with my effort and intention.
His effort and intention. What do you think his intentions are?
I'm going to consider what the outcome is always perfect.
So as long as he has good intentions and that, then, you know, the outcome will be perfect. So far, not so good there, Mr. Mufareh.
Because if you're going to be disappointed and complain that, oh, I planned 1, 2, 3, but it came 1, 2, 5, then 3. It's perfect. The way it came out is perfect. That's what it should be.
It's perfect.
And if you do that in every... My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
Of course, we had to end with that. Come on. So, yeah, a year ago, everything was perfect. And, he just wanted everyone to forget about the past and just think for the future. Now it's a year later, and we seem to be saying the exact same things, And people are still not expected to ask questions. So, now we're all caught up with what's going on with Onpassive. I am not going to be able to stream tomorrow. So the next time that I see all of you, it might be on Monday, but there should be a video coming out in the meantime. So I hope that all of you have a fabulous rest of your day and a fabulous weekend. And I'll see you all on MLM Monday. Now that we know that, not a lot of stuff's going on. I thought it was supposed to follow all the steps of Catmo. So did I. Everything's always a done deal for Ash, right? And the SEC is the only one hunting them because nobody else is. So yes, everyone have a fabulous rest of your day. Have a fabulous weekend. And we will reconvene here as the naysayers on Monday for MLM Monday. Thank you for sticking this out with me. I thought it would be good to react to, all that we could react to from Marty and Chris today. So I hope that you enjoyed that. And I'll see you all Monday. I love you all. Have a fabulous weekend. Bye!
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
Call me Reverend Jim Jones, okay? Let's go to Guyana, all right? No joke. If that's a call. Hey.
Friend.
That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my own. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name is Ash Mufareh. If you're rude, if you've been doubting or sighing, or we know who you are.
Stop going there. She wants to be the first to make us look silly. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there asking for a debate. That's the lady I brought on. Her debate was 3-minute Ash. And another Queen of Karma asking about why don't we answer the question about religion. I think we've answered that over and over again.
I've been answering them all more than one. It's not the answer you want, but only Reverend Jim Jones. Okay? Let's go to Guyana. All right, look out.
All right, this is a great way to start your day. Come here and tune in to crazy men talking about their experiences.
My name is Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend.
I'm Mike Ellis, by the way.
And I'm your friend.
Thanks for coming. Have a great weekend, everyone. Love you.
Stop going there. That negative YouTube channel has got more followers on it than I do on my YouTube channel. It breaks my heart.
And I'm your friend. My name's Ash Mufareh.
Stop going there. Yeah, Queen of Karma's on there.
My name's Ash Mufareh, and I'm your friend. Let's go to Guyana.